Hello, and welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. And we can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm your girl, Lana, your resident evil diva. And I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Her. I'm currently not drinking anything right now because it's late and I don't want to grab anything to drink. But what I do have is my cup mug. Uh huh. And you could get your cup mug or any of our cup merch at lanagcreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And we do ship domestically and internationally. So there are no excuses. Get your cup merch, period. Dance with the Stars party for the cup merch. Dance with the Stars party for the cup merch. Peer, 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 peer. Get your cup merch, period.
Get your cup merch. Um, Hola, I am Eduardo, the Mexican representative of this podcast. I am here to talk shit and get hit. I'm also not drinking anything because it is a little bit late, so it's too late for coffee, and I don't want to like go to the bathroom and wake up in the middle of the night. You get me right. Anyways, I'm super excited to talk about this. I'm super excited to talk about this.
Hey,
You're
well,
muted.
hello, guys. It's your favorite Black queer content creator, aka KaMorian, aka Fucking Alien, and I'm feeling very qual. Today's 500 episode, and I got my favorite thing. Actually, Markela, I've been started drinking it since this week, and ever since I got the whole pack, I have been obsessed with things. So some Ollie Pop, strawberry, vanilla. Like, let me tell you, when I first sipped this, I was obsessed. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I release drinking one every single day. I love the drink so much. You should go try it, y'all. It's really good. Go try it.
Love, love, love. And we are here to talk about week 7, the 500th episode of Dancing with the Stars. That's a lot of episodes. This has been going on for 33 seasons. So
Mhm.
500 episodes is a lot. It's a testament to the show and all that's involved in the show. So congratulations to them on that. But before we jump into it, y'all know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, hit the all the buttons down there to say you follow us and support us, and we appreciate you. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single video we put out because we got a lot of content coming out, and we have more coming your way because the end of the year is about to happen and new shows are about to start at the beginning of the year. So we are getting ready to ramp it up on this channel here. And so make sure you hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single video. And we are part of a network. So we have 3 other channels that you can check out. And you want to check all of those out and hit the subscribe buttons to all of them. Those links will be in the description below in our link tree. So be sure to hit that. Our audio podcast links are in the description below as well. So if you need to listen to us on the go, we appreciate you checking us out. So that link is down there as well. And our Patreon is down there. So you can get some early access to across all 4 channels and exclusive content across all 4 channels. So make sure you check all of that out. Yeah. 500 episodes. Dancing with the Stars. I want to start off by talking about this opening number that was simply incredible. Pasha and Danielle choreographed this. And when they said it was Pasha and Daniela, I was like, oh, well, that's why it was that good. That's why it was so good. This was one of my favorite opening numbers that I've seen in a long time. And they had some really good ones this year, but
Yes.
this one was probably my favorite. What y'all
Yeah, I
think?
I agree with you. This just felt like it felt grand. It felt like the moment, right? It felt like that moment of like we're finally seeing all of these people back on our screens, all these pros dancing together. We haven't seen this many pros in a while, right? So it's just great to have like this moment. It's just like it's the beginning of one of the most important episodes, and so it feels important. It feels grand.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It really felt very grand, and does the way it's from the beginning to the end, I was just blown away. And like from like for them like with Julian and Derek in the beginning, and then they all giving it all like just serving it, and then from that it went from that to the Gen Z pros, the newest pros with Riley, Ezra, his sister and the other troop member, and they were killing it. Then to the married couples, then to Charter coming in.
Yeah,
Charter,
so
I
good.
miss you so much. Maybe that it's not red hair, baby. I was trying to have three words: crazy, sexy, cool.
Cool.
Oh my
Period.
god,
Mhm.
just gorgeous. And I'm not gonna lie, I would say I have been following her on TikTok. Like she has kind of really giving like very good critiques about the dances and stuff. And actually, you don't know, she actually was a judge for the version in her home country, Australia, for this show. So people was like, you know what? Put her on the panel next year. Like she'll be a good judge, if she ever comes back in the show. Or as a pro. I miss her. I miss her so much. I really do. So and she looks so gorgeous. So we miss you, starting. We love you. And then Julian, everything about it was amazing. So what and it really felt like, what, it's a big deal. And then the scenes like so many alumni from this show for all these years of the show seasons, like seeing alumni there, all the pros from back in the day. I saw a couple. I saw Allison, I saw Anna, Lindsay was there, Mark was there, and I see some of the winners were there. I think Adam was there, Christy Yamaguchi, Caitlin, Melissa Rycroft. This seeing everybody, all the family come out together again. It's like it felt so special.
We did. We really did. It was just a good vibe all around, and I enjoyed watching it. And so let's get into the reason we're here. Let's get into the dances. It is the 500th episode, like we said, in week 7. So we're gonna get into it. And the order that they came out, they danced, and we're gonna talk about both dances at once to concise time, so we can talk about the first dance and then their instant dance. By the way, can I just say, I hate instant dances. I hate them. I hate them. I feel like
Really? I
they're always
love
too easy.
them.
That
No,
that
crazy thing, cause I love the thing is back in there it was kind of different. Like back in it, actually, if like when they first used to do it back in the day, it was actually 30 minutes to actually learn the instant dance. So they had more time to learn the dance. And the thing is, the song thing is they learned the dance, but what the thing was twist about it, like the OG days, they know the dance, the whole routine 30 minutes. Thing is, they don't know the song until they step on the ballroom floor. So when the song starts playing, they must adapt that choreography that they learn that quick in 30 minutes and up to the song. With this one, this version, they have 5 minutes to basically get quick change for the routine and learn the song at the same time. So this to me, this was more crazy than what it used to be because they gave more time back in the day. So
I don't like it. It just feels
yeah,
too chaotic, and it feels like it's never enough time to do anything. And so the instant dances never look as good as the other dance. And so in comparison, it's always going to look, a little wonky. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a fan of the instant dance. It's
Yeah.
kind of like how I feel about the dance off. I'm kind of just like, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I agree. I wish instead of an instant dance we had like a freestyle dance. Just do whatever dance you want to do, whatever you want, whatever music you want. Do it. Show us what you can do, and show us your best. That's it. That's what I wish it was instead of just
actually, I was thinking they should have brought the trio episode. Like we missed. I
Right.
miss
We don't have a
trios so
trio
much.
episode.
I miss trios. And the trios are still some of the best things ever on the show. Like it could have been a big thing for like, especially for the 500 episode, a trio routine.
Right.
You know what I
I would have
mean?
loved that. I would have loved that. But let's get into it. Up first was Joey and Jenna doing their first dance was a contemporary, and their insta dance was a rumba. So, KaMorian, let's start with you. How do we feel about the contemporary? Let's talk about that first.
So we know that the contemporary was inspired by Riker and Allison's contemporary from season 20, which was actually the landmark season because that time it was 2015, so it was 10 years of the show. So I'm actually watching that routine, and if you don't know who Allison Hooker is, she's mostly known for her contemporary. So what she did with that piece, everything about it was so big the storytelling was good. It was out there, the emotion, the lines, like that whole thing was memorable. It was a good routine. So I actually love the way they did it differently from what Addison Record did. It was I love the way it kind of started the piano. It was more beautiful lyrical storytelling, and it actually was actually moving. Like he actually was getting actual steps for contemporary. I listen. I did kind of agree with Karen to like a little bit. It felt like something was missing, just a little bit, just a little bit. But overall, it was still a beautiful routine. And for me, and for all the contemporaries so far, I feel like for far as the male, he actually was doing steps. It actually not only just the lips, but actually the steps and the lines. So 10 for Jennifer for that. And then for the rumba, the first time I met Michael, like, hey, you're telling me I have to do a rumba, come around a rumba for 5 minutes to Birds of a Feather by Billie Eilish, you'd be like, I'll quit on the spot. But I gotta say, they for that being 5 minutes, they did pretty good job. Like from what he did the first time with the rumba, I saw so much improvement from this week two to now. I would say it was the Hillies, like Bruno said, and Derek said, just the Hillies I still, but overall, very impressed with this week. And he's pretty much have been consistent. You know what I mean? Maybe some more tens in there, but I agree with how their week went tonight.
Wonderful. Um, okay, I'll start with the contemporary. I mean, what the fuck? When I was watching this, I was like, am I crying? Am I feeling the feels? Am I what is going on here? What is going I this just was it was really good. I was just really enjoying everything that was going on. I will say I do have like one small critique, which was when Joey did the lift. And so when he was holding Jenna, it felt like for a second the choreo stopped. Like he held her for like 1 or 2 seconds too long for my liking, and like it felt like the choreo stopped. Like that's my only critique because everything else was really good. But like once he lifted her, I was like, okay, he's gonna now spin or do something. And he just stood there for like 2 seconds, and I was a little bit confused. So I would have only changed that. That's my literal only critique because everything else about this was really, like, really, really good. And I guess I'll also talk about the rumba now. Um, I mean, another really solid dance from Joey. Like instant dance is already hard enough as it is, and so his hips were on point for the rumba. Like I felt like there was confidence, and it was pretty solid overall. Like it's really hard to show confidence, especially in something like an instant dance, because everyone's gonna be immediately terrified. And I feel like Joey was really like able to show that confidence, and I was really able to appreciate that. I felt like overall he had a good night, and both dances were pretty good. But the contemporary was definitely better. But I felt like both dances were really good.
Yeah, for me, I thought his contemporary was really good. I thought it was really good. I liked what they did with it. My only issue is and because they gave us a reference of where it came from and the other routine that it was inspired from, it's hard not to compare and it's hard not to look at both. And for me, it lacked a little bit of emotion. It didn't get me all in my feels like the one before it did. Like it was something about maybe it was I don't even want to say it's a lack of chemistry between Jen and Joy because we know they have a great dance chemistry, but it was something lacking. And I don't know exactly what it was. It felt a little like we're here when they should have been here. You know what I mean? It just a little small thing that was off. I didn't get in the feels like I wanted to. Like contemporary pieces on Dance with the Stars are always so good, and they do so well with it. This one was good. It just didn't grab me emotionally like a lot of contemporary pieces did, but it was really well, like technically sound, technically good, but it just didn't grab me. Now the rumba, I was a little bit more impressed with than the contemporary because I felt like 5 minutes, go out there, practice this. It's a rumba to a Billie Eilish song, and it's just like, and I thought they did really well on it for it to be so quick and the turnaround to be so quick. I thought they did really well. That impressed me a little bit more. But I liked both of these dances. I think Joey still is probably one of the best male dancers this show has ever seen. Um, he's done so well and he continues to do well. I'm always impressed by him. So it's good. Let's start with the scores for the contemporary. What would we give his contemporary?
I'm gonna give it a beautiful well deserved 9.
I also gave the contemporary a 9.
And I too gave it a 9. And what do we give the rumba?
For the instant rumba, I'm gonna give it a very well deserved strong 9.
I'm also giving it a beautiful 9.
I never
Listen,
changed because it's a 9. Thank you. We don't agree with, well, we agree with the judges somewhat on one, not the other. Yeah. But
yeah.
we're still there. We're still there. Up next is Danny with his partner Whitney doing the quick step and the instant jive. So, Eduardo, we'll start with you for this quick step and jive.
Okay, so for the quick step, I feel like Danny wasn't just fully in sync with Whitney, like at all moments, which is a little bit unfortunate, especially for this quick step. But this dance was still really fun, and this is exactly what I've been wanting to see from Danny from the last like 3 weeks. I've been asking for like a more like what's a more technique, more a technical dance instead of doing all the lifts and all of the jumping and
Right.
whatever. And we finally got that. We got a more technical dance where Danny finally actually danced instead of just like picking Whitney up and throwing her around the ballroom. So I really really enjoyed it, and I felt like he has grown a lot in his technique. So that's why I wanted to see more of it, because it's clear that he has grown on it. We just haven't really been able to see it. So I think he did a pretty good job. I don't think this was the best dance overall, but I think it was a good dance.
Hmm. What about the jive?
Oh, jive, I forgot. Uh, that's how I feel. No, the
No,
about
I forgot.
I forgot about no. Seriously though, this is Danny's third jive, so I'm just like another jive. Yay! Uh, the choreo was good. It just felt like it didn't match the song. It just didn't match the song at all. It just felt like parts where they should be like really bouncy, they were going really slow, but the parts where they should be slowing down, they were all bouncy and really high energy, and so it felt really off. Like it felt off. It felt off. It felt like the music that they had was quicker than the music that we were listening to, or like it was slower. One or the other. It just felt like the music that we got wasn't the tempo that they were given. So it just felt offbeat, and I don't know if that's their fault or if that's fault of the producers for giving them the wrong like type or like the wrong tempo of music, but they still did a pretty good job for like an instant dance. I'm always going to give you props for an instant dance and for being able to do it pretty well. It's just the fact that like the actual choreo didn't really sync up with the music.
So I'm gonna say this for both routines. I would say personally, I think the beginning, I think it was just a slow burner, especially for the quick step. I think it was just a slow burner. Like he kind of messed up at the beginning, kind of out timing. But I would say for me, I think what clicked for me was right when he got into the hack choreography. The hack thing was so in sync, so perfect. That was one of I think my best part of the dance. Like he was enjoying it, and then after that, it got good. It was pretty much good from that to the end. So I would say he recovered very well. So I give props into that. And I'm so happy that he was like you said, back in ballroom. It's been I think his last ballroom dance that I can recall. It was back in Soul Train night. That was still early beyond the competition. So he had to have the ballroom dance ever since. It's been lifts, 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 and lifts. So I'm very glad he's kind of back in the ballroom frame, and hopefully he will perfect it going forward. Because I know next week they said they're doing a ballroom and a Latin dance, so we'll see if he can perfect his ballroom. And then the drive, I mean, eventually, I'm not gonna lie, when you get the same kind of dance over and over again, you get tired. I remember last year, I think, did Charity get like the cha cha relay and dance off like back to back weeks? I remember that. Yes, she did. So imagine doing the same stuff over and over again. You bet you get tired of it. Like, but I would say it was same thing, slow and burning. He kind of got off timing, but I would say once he got into the footing, it was good to the end. But I would say what made me laugh was the final move. I think when they were trying to get to that final pose, but they didn't get to it. So she's like, ah man, you can tell she's like, dang. But it was kind of cute. It was kind of cute though. It was kind of cute. Good cute TV.
Okay, so for the quick step, I felt like he started off a little slow, but he got it together. I agree with you, KaMorian. Once they got to that hat part of the routine, it picked up and it was better, and he was back in sync. It kind of lined up, and I like that he was able to do that. That's what I wanted from Danny. I agree with you, Eduardo. We wanted more dancing, not just lifts, not just picking her up and throwing her around. I wanted him to do some dancing and moving, and he did that in the quick step. So I was appreciative of it. I liked it. I enjoyed it. The hat was the best part of this dance. It was so good and so clean. I liked that so much that they did. So I was impressed with the quick step. The jive, I have a problem with because he's done it 3 times. Because this is his 3rd time doing the jive, he should have been better at it. I felt like he should have been way better at this job by now. You've done it 3 times. And even if you don't know the exact choreographer, you know the moves of the job. You know what's going to happen. You know when you got to flick the feet, you need to flick it and it needs to be clean. And you know when you need to do the bounces stuff, you need to do it. And it wasn't clean, and he wasn't flicking his feet like he should have been. It just wasn't it for me. And I'm like, bruh, you did the job 3 times. What do you mean? You can't get it and you don't know it by now. Like, hello? Hello? Like, you should know this by now. This is your 3rd jive. You should at least get the basics down by now. Like, come on. I get not knowing the music and all that stuff, and then the cute part at the end where they couldn't get to the pose in time. It was fine. I like that more than I like the whole dance. I was just like, come on, man. You should be way better than this doing the job 3rd time around. Like, how many more times you have to do before it's perfect? Now, if they make this person, if he get to the finale and he do have to do a jive, I swear to Jesus,
He better
I
not.
will scream. I will
If he
scream.
does the job for a 4th time, I will
I will
lose my damn mind.
scream. I will
I will throw this
scream.
mic through the screen.
I would throw my iPad, my computer, and my TV. Like, I would scream. But whatever you do, if you do have to do a job for the 4th time, Danny, if you don't get that choreography to perfection, like, seriously. But scores for the quick step.
I'm gonna give that quick step a 9.
I'm also gonna give this quick step a 9.
I too am going to give this quick step a 9. Now, what do we give the score for the jive?
I'm gonna give the instant jive an 8.
Yeah, I'm also gonna give this job an 8.
For sure. For sure. Like, this jive was tragic for a 3rd time.
Mhm.
Speaking of tragic, let's talk about the white. First, the Argentine tango, and then the passe doble. Oh, I'll start.
Okay, go
Please.
ahead. Go ahead.
So let me start off with this Argentine tango and why I think Daniela is the best pro on the show. She is so smart. She said, first of all, I'm gonna give you a visual of me like a doll in a snow globe. Like, it looked like she was on one of those pedestals in the snow globe, but without the actual snow globe. But to also match his height, she did that, and I thought this Argentine tango was really good. I enjoyed it. Like, this is what I want in an Argentine tango, when you have somebody who is so strong and can do what Dwight does with Daniela, who's so tiny next to him. He flung her around like a rag doll, but with so much control. And she was doing the flicks, doing the kicks, doing the things. And the movements with the kicks in between the legs and him doing his leg. I thought they did a really good job on this Argentine tango. I enjoyed it so much. It was one of my favorite Argentine tangos to watch that besides the other one that's coming up. We'll talk about it. But I thought it was really good. I thought this was his best dance. For me, this was probably his best dance since that first week that we saw him and was like, oh, that was really good. The way I think this was his best dance. Now the possum. Ugh, ugh. It was problem after problem after problem. And a lot of it had to do with wardrobe and him not being able to be out there to learn the instant dance because he had to do problems with his wardrobe. It it's just a lot. It's just it was just a lot going against them in this paso doble, but I think they handled it with the best way that they could with the issues that they were having. Whoever sabotaged Daniela and that skirt ought to be shame of themselves. Ought to be
Mhm.
you could hem that skirt up. You know she is only a bit 5 feet tall. Like hem that skirt up so she ain't slipping and falling all over that dang skirt. And it just wasn't it because he wasn't able to prepare for it. She wasn't able to work with him to get that 5 minutes of talk. They just had to get through it. They fall through it, but eh, eh.
Yeah. Yeah. I okay. Argentine Tango. I really, really enjoyed the idea of using this platform. This platform was really cool and a really good idea. And I actually kind of wish that that was like the entire gimmick of the entire dance. I wish that that's where Daniela just stayed and she hadn't gotten off the platform. I wish she would have just used that and used it the entire time. Um, you know, uh, Dwight. Uh, Dwight was barely dancing. I'm gonna be so for real. I was not really living for it. It felt very much like. Do you remember, like in Hair Metal Night, when Eric and and Reginald were about to go home, and they all knew it, and so the pros were just standing in front of them and like just showing their best dance moves while they still could. It felt a little bit like that to me. It felt like Daniela kind of knew that like they were in a really tough situation in which they could really easily go home, and she was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna dance, I'm gonna do me, and I'm gonna show off my best dance moves. And it felt like Dwight was really overshadowed by Daniela. It felt like she was dancing and like he was her accessory, which is not what I want. I want y'all to be equals. But at the same time, I get it. But it was still a good dance. It's just how I felt like in that moment. And when it came to the Paso Doble, Daniela was fighting for her damn life in this skirt. They must have thought that this skirt was going to Dwight. They must have thought that he was wearing this outfit because there's no way in hell that they thought that little 5'3" Daniela was gonna wear that skirt and that she was not gonna trip over it. Like this was a setup. This was a setup against Daniela and Dwight, and I don't like it. And I'm just gonna tell this right now. I'm not a huge fan of like the way that Dwight is like a dancer, and I was like thinking that they were gonna go home, but this still felt really mean. Like it felt like a setup, and I was really upset by it. And like Dwight was doing fine here. He did the best with what he could with the problems that they had. Like the framing was fine. It was not great, but I can't really blame them for that, right? You have 5 minutes, and then even then everything's going wrong and you don't have the 5 minutes to get your dance perfectly. So like I understand that there's gonna be issues here. And what really hurt me the most was that this song, I love this song so much. This is a song that I love from Panic at the Disco. Panic at the Disco was one of the songs that I grew up listening to, and this was one of my favorite songs from them. And so seeing it kind of be messed up because of all of the technical issues really hurt me. And so I want a redemption for Victorious. I want it to be redeemed immediately, please and thank you. I am requesting it right now. Anyways, that's all I have to say.
I'm sorry, I was just so gagged by your comments that I just stayed on mute. But yeah, I kind of have to agree with Eduardo here. I will say First off, Daniela, you are that girl. Will forever be that girl. Thank you for doing your best. And to me, I will always say, defying gravity and defy all odds every single time on this show. No matter who your partner is, you're pretty. You can make it work and you can figure it out. I know you've been stressed this whole season. I was like, now you can finally breathe, relax, and then take a break and then get back for a tour. But yeah, she, ooh, excuse me, she, okay. Well, I remember because it was so good. And like, she ate that up. I mean, from the platform. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Not
Okay.
the constant laughing.
Whew, whew, okay. Daniela. Okay. Okay. Everything about that's how I can't do it. Okay, the lips are good. I mean, she ate the whole thing. The platform were smart, was genius. But then the white, I was sorry, baby. I was saying the white, you were actually giving your all. But I agree. I just wanted more you dancing. It felt more, literally kind of like what Danny last week. It felt more. It was the lifting than the dancing. Like I saw some good. I saw some work where he did some a little bit. I just wanted more. Like I felt like I feel like to me at this point, and especially at like top six, I want more choreography. I want you to show me where you can win. And for me, if it's like I can just do lifts and not show me like the actual technique of the footwork, then I can't really be rooting for you, unfortunately. And then that Paso Doble, I mean, I actually did go and every time a couple went for the incident challenge, I will go to TikTok to see what's going on, and you literally like for the first half a minute, you tell like because Ezra, shout out to Ezra and Emma for comedy, you did a good job. So they were commenting while doing the thing that you saw Daniela right like her stuff struggling with the skirt, trying to come with choreography, and then I think I later I saw it was like 1 minute and 5 seconds left on the clock. And that's when the white came out with his change thing. And to me, instead of you see to me, I would have saw 1:05 on the clock. I would have zoomed. I was like, oh, I gotta really like go really like we got my time left. And he was still walking towards Daniela. So and bitch, I was like, unfortunately, I could cut him got it, and unfortunately it just kind of went. I mean, at A for effort, you did your best in 5 minutes. I gotta give props. I think trying to shout out all the couples. I mean, 5 minutes is crazy to me for an incident. I believe at least like 20 minutes or 10 minutes should be more doable than 5 minutes. But still, for what I say, I feel like he would have just like ran more. I believe he was got something, at least something decent. But he did their best, but it just was a disaster, sadly.
Scores for the Argentine tango.
Okay, so I'm gonna give my girl first off. I'm gonna give my girl Danny first off 10. Danny for your Argentine tango. Then for the white is gonna be an 8.
Yeah, I'm scoring Dwight here, so it's an 8.
I gave them a 9. I thought the dance was really good and I enjoyed it. And I think for the Argentine tango, the girl is the one who is the showstopper anyway in any Argentine tango. The man is really the accessory and the woman is the one who's doing the flare flick. So I didn't mind him not moving and doing as much because what else is he supposed to do? He's supposed to lift. He's supposed to make a flip and flick, and he did his part. So wasn't mad at it. But what do we think about the Paso Doble?
I gotta be real. I'm not gonna lie. I was not expecting to pull this number out, especially how
Just
we like
look,
pull it out.
just show it.
But
Just
I'm
rip the
sorry,
band-aid off. Just
it's a
show it.
7. I was not putting for a 7 to be pulled out tonight. I'm sorry.
Maybe all of us pulled out the
It was
sevens.
not good.
I'm
It
sorry.
was
I
all of
was
not
us
like,
pulled out the
great.
sevens.
7. I was like, at least the lowest you can get in top six is like an 8, but a 7 for top six, I'm like, ooh no.
Yeah, at this situation, this is like a 5 or a 4.
Right. Let's move on to Steven and Riley. doing the Viennese waltz and the jive. Eduardo, you start us off with the Viennese waltz and
Okay,
jive.
this Vietnamese waltz, it made me feel like it did make me feel like Stefan. I think this is Steven's best dance so far. This has to be his best dance so far. I just feel like a proud father. I'm like, finally, finally, we are here. I am just, the hands were good, the feet were good, the chemistry is all there. I was just really enjoying everything. I was getting goosebumps. I was enjoying everything about this Vietnamese waltz. It was really good. As I said, Steven's best dance, and I feel so proud. And when it comes to this jive, though, uh, this just felt very similar to like week one Steven. Like it felt like we just copied and pasted the jive, which Steven is really good at the jive. In my opinion, Steven is really good at really quick dances, like quick steps and jives. So I still enjoyed it, and I could tell that Steven was having fun. But it was really messy for me. Like there was a lot of mess in it. And like we've seen a lot of people do this trick with like the jumping over like the girl. And this was definitely the messiest that we've seen so far. Uh, I still think it was a good dance because the choreo was good. I just think that like it was a lot more messier than I wanted it to be, especially for Steven, and especially after this Vietnamese waltz.
Oh my god, like I was so happy, I'm not gonna lie. This one well, first when I found out that they were gonna do this to Charlie and Mark, my god, I was one of people was like, y'all done set them up to fail. That was what I'm keeping real. So I'm sorry, Steve, for doubting you, but not gonna lie, I did kind of doubt you, no shame, because I just remember like think about it. That's kind of still recent. That's been 2 years ago. That's still kind of fresh. And what Mark did with that the vision of that dance and all of that, let's think about it. That was kind of like the last few things that Lynn has ever judged on and critiqued it on. And Lynn loved that dance so much. Like one of the things Lynn saw like this last couple of days, months on the earth. So that's still kind of like a big moment to me, that being as well. So it's kind of like it's very hard to top something like that. But I would say I think for me, out of all the dances, I would say this routine was kind of close to the recreation. What I like about what Riley did, it was still paying kind of homage to what the original team was, but it was still different and an interpretation as well. Like I still saw some moments like came from the original. Like I think it was like the side by side where like I think it was like doing the walk stuff in their turn. I remember that. Remember like one thing I saw from that routine, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm happy that Mark was there. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna Mark was there. I feel like you know what? I feel like Mark being there definitely helped, especially in this dance right here. And you could tell Mark being there helped improve so many things. His arms, his timing, his feet. Like he was more controlled. Like it, like they were gliding and just the storytelling. It was just beautiful. I'm like, for me, it was perfection. I feel like this is the kind of this Steven we have been waiting for. And oh Jesus, in my throat. Well, I'm just so happy that he really got it together and really kind of come full circle. I feel like this is his breakthrough for me personally. I thought last was his breakthrough, but for me, it's another breakthrough again. So proud of you. So when it comes to the dry, I enjoyed it. I already enjoyed it, but it just fortunately it was messy. I think as soon as he got on the rope, but I was like, oh no, Steve. But you know what? He kept going. He went strong, and that split at the end I am gagged and gooped, gobbledygook with that split. But yeah, good job this week, Steve. I'm so proud of you.
I love a Viennese waltz. I love a Viennese waltz, and I love when a Viennese waltz is done correctly because it is the most beautiful dance I've ever seen. It's a beautiful Viennese waltz. And this was one of those most beautiful Viennese waltz that I've ever. It's so pretty. It was so flowy, like they glided across the floor. She was spinning, and they looked so. Ugh, it looked like one of those dolls in a in a chest, one of those jury box chests where they're just spinning and spinning, and that's what they look. It was so good. I love a good Viennese waltz. And Steven and Riley ate that up. Like they ate that up. It was nothing, no notes about that Viennese waltz. Beautiful. Um, uh, then the jive. Steven, 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 you just gave us the most beautiful dance in the Viennese waltz. And then this jive was just so clinkety, clunkety messy. It was just, oh, I felt bad. I wanted better. Like I wanted Steven to end on the same high note as he should have with the Viennese waltz. Like just have a good day all the way around. And this jive was just a little, and I'm like, you did the job before. You know how to do it. What? And I agree with you, Eduardo. It was like the first week Steven came back and got into his body and was like, I don't know what to do right now. And I wanted so much better. But it wasn't horrible. That's the thing. It wasn't horrible. It just was messy. And it's because of this instant dance. Like, who gives people a job with 5 minutes to go? Like, I hate this. I hate it so much because I feel like they setting people up for failure. Because it's like, if you're not a trained dancer, if this is not what you do, 5 minutes is never going to be enough time to at least process what you need to do and wrap your brain around it when you got to change clothes and makeup and all that stuff in between time. It's like, so it's really not even 5 minutes. After you go back there and change and come back out, you probably got like 3 minutes to get it together. And it's annoying and it's weird and I hate it. I don't want them to do it anymore. But Stephen, you ate with the Viennese waltz. You kind of you snacked a little bit with the jive. A little snack. You pinched off the end of it and ate it. But okay.
You had a taste.
You had a taste. You had a taste. But let's give our scores for the Viennese waltz.
Oh my god, I think I might be right, but I might be wrong. 'Cause I feel like I gave him one last week, but right now I'm gonna say this is my first ever 10 for Steven.
This is like
Yay!
my third tenth for Steven, so this is no surprise here.
This 10 across the board for that Viennese waltz was beautiful. Now
Absolutely.
let's talk about the jive.
Unfortunate.
You know what? I was gonna give an 8 for that drive, but I don't care. That split gave me life, so it's a 9. I don't care. Okay, not for the split. Okay.
Okay.
It would be a 9 for the split, but then the jumping over Riley was so messy, it brings it back down to an 8.
It just stayed an 8. It
Yeah.
wasn't going no further than the 8 for me. I'm sorry, it wasn't going no further than the 8.
Yeah.
Let's keep it moving to our Chandler Kinney, Argentine tango, cha cha cha, Miss Perfection the entire night. Finally, fi- I said somebody's job was being threatened, so they had to come and get their act together and act right, put a little act right on Chandler Kinney's name. And that is what happened here today. People was pissed off and somebody's job was being dangled in front of their face. And she said, "Ooh, let me put my act right on and give this girl what she deserves." Because this Argentine tango, now the whites was good. This was great. This was Brandon, you are in your choreograph bag this season. Finally, Brandon is in his choreography bag. And I know it was inspired from other things and from other performances. I get it. But still, he still had to show her and teach her and work with her to perfect it. And they did that. It was so good. This was so good. From the moment she stepped out on that floor And the first boom, boom, baby, I was like, yes, it was so good. It was so good. She looked amazing. Her lines, her legs, the way she flicked the kicks, and ugh, so good, so good. If anybody deserved a 30 this week, it was Chandler. Like, no doubt about it. She ate. And then to come back with the instant cha cha cha. What? If I said I hated the instant dances, which I do, she would be the one person to make me go, well, maybe I don't hate it as much. Because baby, it was like she'd been practicing that dance for 5 years. They were so good. They were so in sync. It was, I don't even know what to say. Chandler, darling, sweetie pie, if you don't win this season, they robbed you. That's all I will say. If you don't win this season, they robbed you. And I'm saying this before the semifinals. They robbed you if you don't win this season. If we don't, first of all, if she don't make it to the finale, I probably won't finish this season. But if she gets to the finale and then they take it away from her, she was robbed. Period. Bottom line. Ugh. Chandler is amazing. That's all I have to say.
I mean, bitch. This dance. This dance. This is another dance that gave me goosebumps. The face, Chandler's face. This dance was just epic. It just, the strength, the face, and like the moment with her leg up in the air and all of the lights going down. I felt like I was having a religious experience. I was like, God is here, and it is Chandler, and she is dancing right in front of me. Lord have mercy. I felt like I was going to church. Like, I felt like, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus, so much for giving me eyes and for letting me see this. Like, I'm not religious, and I was thanking Jesus for giving me eyes. Like, that's crazy. Like, this was absolute perfection. Absolute perfection. Lord have mercy. This was amazing. Like, God. This was a setup also for Dwight because they gave Dwight the same type of dance that they gave Chandler, knowing damn well that Chandler was going to absolutely murder. Like, this was not even fair. And then this cha 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 came in, and I just felt like I was being catered to and to my Gen Z brain rot. Like, you were giving me like Apple by Charlie XCX, and you're giving me I just wanna be part of your symphony. Like, I was living for it. Everything. I just felt like I was like living my brain C Gen rot. Like, and I was seeing it on screen, and I was seeing Chandler and Brandon dance to it, and I was loving every second of it. Like, this didn't feel like an instant dance. This felt like a normal dance that you practice for an entire week and that would get a super high score in and of itself. This was so good. This was so good. Perfect night for Chandler. I love her so much. If she doesn't win this season, I will go fight KaMorian and Abba. I will find her and I will fight her. I will fight her to the ground.
Oh my god, he said I'm like the big son. I can't fight. I just can't fight. uh, but I'm gonna say my girl Chandler, my girl. I'm gonna say, I'm not gonna lie, maybe your purpose score was overdue. Okay, this is the late assignment. You should have got a purpose score weeks ago. I think the first 10 weeks ago. I don't know. It was something about. I felt like she had a meaning. I was like, am I carrying it? After tonight, please burn that costume. Don't ever wear that costume again. Don't be a cop for Halloween again. I'm sorry. But and then that was so weird, y'all. I swear, this happens every season. Carrie just says some wild stuff, and then the week after that, she gets it together. You know what's so crazy? Like every season, like these, like I swear, Carrie would do something like, Carrie, what, really? Like, what is wrong with you? And then the following week, she's actually on her game. I'm like, goodness gracious, like, I'm sorry, I like, honestly, say at this point, Carrie Ann, are we going to keep doing this every time? Like, I hate, like, I hate for you to keep having a power with us because you're saying stupid stuff for you to get it together. I hate this trend. Make it stop. Just just please, but please, like for real, do your job. I'm saying it, but Chandler, baby, that was perfection of perfection. Like everything about that. And no, I'm not gonna lie, I was scared. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, what was Derek gonna say? I'm not gonna lie. I was like, you know what? I was like, what was this gonna say? But Derek said he loved us. Like, oh. But my God, I was really waiting on Carrie comment to see what she was gonna say about that routine. And but then she said, well, like, oh, thank God, perfect score. I'm just so proud of her. I mean, what another like she said, one of the best female dancers that we had in this show ever. Just amazing. Just to do all that. I'm so proud of Brandon. Like I never seen someone who is so hungry, who is so determined. Like I haven't seen no one like that in a very long time. Like and Brandon, let me tell you, people that understand. Like I saw Brandon like first with tonight. Like I saw like the over years how much he has wanted this more and more and more and more. Like people think is like first off he's a black pro. You know, he's not as popular as like Val, Derek, or Daniela. He's not like that like compared to everybody else. So he's kind of got I guess so he's having to work very harder to kind of especially with this season with Chandler. Like he had to really work harder to kind of get her to at the level where something like people like Lana and see as far as the fan base didn't kind of match the levels as well. You know what I mean? So he had to work so hard. I'm so proud of him that he's pushing his butt off. I was like, Brandon, let this be every like I want like I'm so glad that whatever happens, and I hope at least I want him in the finale at least. Like I want this to be like, you know what, Brandon has something to bring to the table to the show. And I don't. And it feels kind of crazy that it took him over 6 years to make this a dream, and plus his China as well. But I'm so happy for them. His first purpose score ever, but not just one, there's two. First off, let's just say, first off, doing a Chocolate to Apple by Charlie XCS over a Dolphin Symphony background with Moo Dang in the background. Oh my, talk about iconic. I'm sorry. I was like, that was Gen Z all over it. So whoever interpreted Gen Z, we thank you for that. It was amazing. Like, oh my God. Like everything about it was good. Like, are you telling me that they did it for 5 minutes? I was
Mhm.
like, you're crazy. Like I'm just so proud of her. But I also want to say real quick before we move on, also with her night of perfection came with some negativity that at this point I had enough of it, and hopefully this will be the last time I will address this on the show, but I'm tired of it. It's like y'all always flip flop on this girl every single time. It was like literally last week. Oh, Carrie is crazy. Oh, she didn't not get a perfect score. Are you kidding me, Carrie? We hate you. And then when she gets the perfect score, it's like, oh, she don't deserve it. It wasn't that good. Oh, her vibes is off. I'm like, what vibes is off with the girl? This girl has been nice. Like, what for her gives you like, I don't like her. Oh, she's very standoffish. Like, literally, she has been nice. She's been genuinely her authentically her this whole time. Even behind the scenes, people said she's one of the greatest people ever in the world. And to me, most of y'all pretty much, I'm gonna say this now. This might be your first time watching the show. Like I'm tired of the dance experience coming every single time. Majority of these winners, I can name them: Charlie D'Amelio, Christian Yamaguchi, Jordan Fisher, Mero Davis, Sean, like majority of people who have won this show come from at least a performance background.
Mhm.
So you're saying, so I'm like, what on the hell are you talking about? Like I had enough. And you know what? The more you come for this girl, the more you're making me even harder and harder to vote. Like my life depends on it. Like I will make sure at the end of this season we will have another black female winner in the Mirrorball legacy. Like at this point, it's like pretty much like y'all hate personally, y'all just hate talented black women. I've seen so many talented black women who have done well, made it to the end, and always get to come unsaid. Guess what? Not because of votes. because of the audience. Y'all are some racist ass people, white people. Racist white people. And I'm tired of it. It's like, where was this thing for Charlie? Like, I love Mr. Charlie D'Amelio. She ate it and she won. Third deserved. Third deserved. But guess what? Y'all was like, oh, that's fair, da da da. But guess what? Guess who ended up winning that season? Charlie D'Amelio. That Chandler is doing amazing. It's like, oh, she don't deserve it. It's like I see your true colors now, and it's not cute. And you know what? I'll make sure you're gonna eat your words. Okay? Chandler will be in that finale, and she will win, and so is Brenda as well. And I'm done. Yeah, I'm done.
It has never ever been a secret.
Mhm.
And this whole situation is nothing new.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, this is America. This is what we have. This is what this country is based off of. This is what this country is the living off of. This is how they even started when they came over to colonize this land. This is what they based this whole situation off of. We've seen it and we've said it that Black women have to work 10 times harder to
Mhm.
get the same respect that any mediocre, basic white person has to do. That's all they have to do is be mediocre at best, and they get high praise. And a Black woman has to be 10 times that just to get the same amount of praise, not even more, but the same amount of praise. We're moving the goalposts, people. We're moving the goalposts because, like you said, when Charlie D'Amelio, who is a dancer, who has some performing background, got up there, everybody loved and loved and loved her, even though, I'm being honest, Charlie D'Amelio's cool, but she's mediocre at best. But then you get somebody like a Chandler who is on the same level, maybe even better than the Charlie, and all of a sudden it's not fair.
Mhm.
It's not fair. She didn't deserve that. She didn't and and you want to know what changed in her? Yeah, something did change in her. Something did change in Chandler. And you know what it was? It was the being it was being pushed back and not valued this entire time. And when she knows she's doing well or she's begging for some kind of critique to help her improve, since you're saying she needs to improve and she's begging for it, something clicked in her and something clicked in Brandon. They're tired.
Mhm.
They're tired. And I know y'all heard this before. Anybody watching and seeing the political thing go down here, Black folks is tired.
Mhm. Yeah.
We're tired. We're tired of everything. They're tired of doing everything that they can to still get pushed down and say it wasn't good enough. When their counterparts are doing half of what they're doing and they're getting the highest praise. So if you want to say she changed, she absolutely did. She absolutely did because she knows her worth. She knows her value and she is demanding the respect that she deserves. Period. Brandon is demanding the respect that he deserves. Period.
Mhm.
And guess what? We gonna give it to them
Yeah.
because they
So
earned it.
yeah, like recent events have shown us that Black women are not appreciated in the United States.
The
That they
most
uh
unappreciated.
that they are seen as the bottom of the barrel of society in America. And it is just like so disgusting to me as an outsider. I'm just like, how in the world?
When we're the
How
blueprint.
how 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 is are we supposed how is the United States supposed to be like the most like progressive and whatever, all about freedom and whatever, however we will treat Black women like absolute trash? Like, I don't understand it. Chandler has shown us like week after week that not only is she an incredible dancer, but she's an incredible human. Like, we've
Period.
seen it even in the TikToks. She's brought donuts to the dancers. She's brought like so much kindness and joy. And if you're gonna say that she looked like mad this episode, maybe she was because she has not been appreciated so far. And also, let's be so fucking for real. She was dancing an Argentine tango. She's supposed to look mad. She's
Mm-hmm.
supposed to look like she has like a lot of emotion in her face. What are you talking about? And like, she is like, when I look at someone and I can tell that we could be friends, I don't understand how other people can see that and be like, you have bad vibes, you have bad energy. This just smells of racism and misogyny. And if
Yep.
we've learned anything, is that the United States runs off of that. So
Mhm.
I need y'all to stop. I need y'all
Get
to
it
stop.
together.
Thank you
This
very
is
much.
she is the
Yeah,
most sweetest person in the world. I see she could be my little sister, and I would love it for her. She's adorable. Like, please let it go,
yeah,
let it go. But let's move on to the scores for
Mhm.
Chandler. I don't even think we need to discuss it. Just put it up. It is what it is. Cause
3, 2, 1,
baby,
yeah.
go.
I'm gonna
on
say,
both.
yeah, I'm gonna
For
say
both.
one more say for both. Y'all ruined my November these couple past 3 days. At the end of the month, not today. Okay, I'm gonna end my month of November with a bang. Okay, don't
We got a
try
whole lot.
me.
We
Don't
got 2 more
try
weeks to go.
me.
We
Two
got two
weeks
more weeks.
ago, don't ruin the rest of my 2 weeks for me. Okay, not in my Thanksgiving break. Don't you do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Zone. Zone.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Chandler, you all right, girl.
If I
Still
could
be
give you an
mad.
11, I would, Chandler. If I could
Right.
give you an 11, I
If I
would.
give you 100, I would, because those dances were perfection. But
Oh,
let's get to who was eliminated, because
Hold
that's
on.
wait,
Hold
wait,
on.
oh, what
wait.
We,
happened to my Alana?
Ooh.
where's
Where
Ilona?
is
Where
no
is she?
Alana was? You know what? I had Alana on the thing. I don't know what happened to it. I'm pissed.
No, I was
Hold
like, oh
on.
wait. I was like, Alona went home. Where was this?
I was like,
No, I'm pissed. No, seriously, I am upset because I literally did everybody. Literally did everybody's.
the world
Hold
is
on.
against you today,
The
Lana.
world is this is sick. This
This
is
is disgusting.
oh,
No.
this
Hold
is
on.
disgusting. This is nasty work because
This is,
oh, this is nasty work. All
hold on.
right.
Hold on.
Okay. I'm
I can
gonna
just
pull
pull up
off.
an image of Alona and just have it
That's
on
okay.
here.
That's okay. We will just come off of the thing for now. I'm disgusted because apparently my Alona slide did not make it in there. But I'm disgusted and a little frazzled and rattled right now because what you are not gonna do is act like I just completely uh got rid of Alona. I erased Alona. How okay. Let's go ahead and let's talk about Alona's dance. She danced the I'm coming to it. Hold on, I'm pulling it up over here.
Well, I'm gonna
The
say this. I might as well just say it now before we
quick
get to
step.
it.
I'm just gonna
Oh,
hold her up here.
she danced the quick step and the salsa. Period. She got a 28 for the quick step and a 24 for the salsa. Period.
I want to say another person that I'm real proud to say now. Like I said, I posted on Twitter. I will be all in for the pretty much the last 2 weeks. Well, definitely this week. I will be voting for my girls. Okay, I want these two girls in the finale. Okay, not one girl against all these three men. Two females in the finale, and Alona is my girl as well. So I'm gonna ride that for Alona too. So you recover her too. You're gonna go through me, okay? And Alan. But I would say I am so proud of Alana. This is her best dance. A lot of people like I got like their best dances of tonight. Like I'm so proud of Alana. Like she has come so far. She has worked so hard. I'm not gonna lie. And I thought she was kind of underscored like during Halloween night compared to
Mhm.
like today. Like she got so underscored so bad. Like she was like a lot of points away from like the top leaderboard on Halloween night. So I'm very glad she took that as fire. And I think to me, I think she's really better when it comes to ballroom than Latin. Like ballroom is like her forte and her strength, and it's shown in this dance. There were it was so fun The frame was beautiful. The quickness of the feet, the technique was cool. And my favorite moment when they did that whole quick step and they were going around the judges' table. That was a moment. I was like, personally, I think my second favorite routine of the night. I really enjoyed that routine, and uh, and we love you, Alana, hey, Alan, we love you. Her salsa. I'm not gonna lie, that tempo for that salsa, that was a chop. But I'm
Mhm.
not gonna lie, majority of these songs, like they apparently it came from like a TikTok playlist, cause child, cause my head you dip, you dip, you dip. I mean, I love that song because I'm black, I love the
Mhm.
song. But for our salsa, the way the band the tempo, it was kind of slow. But I
Mm,
would say for the most part, her salsa thing, like the in betweens, like with him and Alan, her and Alan were very good. Like her technique was good. The only issue was I feel like what I wish she did like that first lift that I think when Alan picked her up that first lift with her, and then the last lift be with her and call it a day. I think when into the second, I think the second lift, I think with her in it, that's when it kind of went wrong. And like Dan was like, oh well,
Mhm.
it is what it is. But it was still a good routine. Like I felt it was like a clean salsa. It just when she did, I think that second attempt on that lift did not work out very well. It was too much of a risk and it didn't pay off. But I will say she did recover strong with the love Alex. She always do. The looks are gonna be good. But yeah, good job.
I could keep holding up Ilona for forever,
here,
but
go
hold
ahead. I got you.
on. Okay. Uh, this I agree with you. This is Ilona's best dance so far, in my opinion. Like this was just so fun, and they were constantly in sync. So like them, but getting behind the judges table was iconic. This just felt really fun, and like the best part about seeing Ilona dance is that she's always has this huge smile on her face. Like she's always smiling and she's always just having so much fun. And that's what I adore about Ilona so much. That she's having so much fun dancing and being in the ballroom that she clearly like adores and supports and like really respects this art form and this dance, and I really appreciate that because there are some times where like the the celebrity comes into like Dancing with the Stars and really doesn't connect with the art form, and just you can tell that they're just like not gonna do it ever again, or that they don't really care about it. Ilona cares, and that's always what I will like what I will always appreciate about her, that she cares and that she loves this, and that's always incredible to me. Now when it comes to her instant dance, like you know um it was good. It was good, but like it got to a point, which was when like all of the lifts were happening, when everything kind of started falling apart. And like I was having a really tough time like scoring this, because the very first half of it, or where like the majority of the actual dance was really good, and it was technically like good, and like as I kind of said, Ilona has the technique now like on point at this point. She knows what she's doing when it comes to like ballroom dances. But the lift really brought it down for me. And I was like having a really tough time scoring it because I didn't know if like I had to score like with the first half, like taking more into account the first half, or if the second half really like brought it down for me. But overall, it was a little bit messier than I wanted it to be. But you know what? It wasn't awful. I didn't want to like scream and cry about it, so it was fine.
I'm gonna keep my thoughts and comments brief. Um, First dance, quick step, best dance for Alona. They looked amazing. They did great. I appreciated it. Um, the instant dance, it was good up until the lips. It just got muddied and messy, and it was just unfortunate. But they were doing really well up until that point. It just, I think they tried to do too many things. They went to the well one too many times, and it kind of just got a little muddled. But other than that, I thought they did really well. Alona looked great on that first day, that quick step, and they just they just ate up, and I love going behind the table. Judge's table was just cute. Derek was gooped and gagged about that. He didn't know what to do. It was just good. It was a good moment. I enjoyed it, and that's that. Let's give some scores for the quick step.
Right. So for that quick stuff, personally, I felt the tans that Karen gave some of them people were not deserved. So if she could give them tans, I'm gonna give my 10 to Alona because you deserved it today. You should at least get a 10.
I'm gonna give her a 9.
I'm gonna give her a 10 for the quick step.
Yay!
I
I'm gonna
respect
give her.
that.
I'm gonna give her a 10 for the quick step.
Mhm.
And but for the salsa,
It really was gonna be a 9 if the lists were well, but unfortunately, just the list was like D. So I'm sad, but it's gonna be an 8, Alona. But you still did good though. It does, too many. I think you made. I think so many risks you did. It just, I think, just kind of limit the risks next time. But it was still good. I enjoyed it.
It started off as a 9. It ended up as a 7. Therefore, it's an 8.
it's definitely an 8. It's just too many times going to the well, and it didn't pay off. It didn't pay off in the end. But we'll now go
There
Mhm.
we are.
to the eliminated person, which we all knew what was coming. It is what it is. The person, it was their time. Dwight and Daniela had to go.
Mhm.
So
I would say, you know what? I mean, at least I can say one thing. I at least enjoy the white showmanship. I think he's really been like a big character this whole time. So I do love him showing his personality. Like at least I must say he will at least go out and have a good time. So I did enjoy that. So it's just unfortunate. I feel like ever since that salsa week 1, he had his peak. That was his peak, and ever since like that whole fall down of that Cha Cha or Soul Train night, he has not able to recover from it like that well to kind of get him back on track with everybody else. So think about it. Let's keep in mind, y'all. Literally, like the first two dances, he was. I think like the first two dances alone, I think he was like second rank where Chandler and Joey were. So he was really up there. And then it's important just that dance, that cha cha, that first time, it was just child. It was drop the ball for him. I feel like thing is, when you drop ball so hard, you have to recover from it. And I'm not gonna lie, it took him a lot of weeks to recover from it. But I will say last week, I really do enjoy the cover for last week. You know what? I thought, he should have got the first hand of the season. It was still kind of and then he still earns that title. So, I mean, I just enjoy him. Deanna, you did a very good job. I mean, you got the tallest man ever in your career, and you know what? I'm very glad it might be your last time getting the tallest man, but I don't know. They might just try to defy your odds again, like they always do. But I will say, Deanna, I'm so happy for you. You did a good job coming back from with Jason last year. You did your best. I'm so proud of you. And next year, you will kill it again, no matter who you're with. But hopefully they won't set you up again like this. Hopefully, when it comes to the
Mhm.
height.
Yeah, I think Dwight did well, but who I really have to give props to is to Daniela, because she was giving a really tough situation from the very beginning. Like, this man is 2 feet taller than you, about. Like, this man is so much taller than you that it's kind of insane. And you were able to find a way to do some really good holds, to do some really good dances with this really tough situation that you had. And I really have to give Daniela props for that. And therefore, I also have to give Dwight really good props for that, because he was able to work with Daniela and was able to listen to what she was saying and like follow everything that she was saying. I feel like Dwight, if he would have taken it just a little bit more seriously a little bit earlier, he would have improved a lot more, and he would have been to a point in which he could have been winner potential. Like in week 1 and week 2, he really surprised me, and unfortunately, that was his peak. I just wish that he would have like taken it like a little bit more seriously. Because if he would have, I would have seen him making the finals. But I have to give huge props to Daniela. She's an incredible choreographer, and once they give her a partner that's her size or around her size, she will be able to do incredible things. I believe in her.
Yeah, they both did well. I give both of them their props. They both earned this. They did well to get this far. And yeah, congrats to them. Not mad at it. But that is that, y'all. We have talked enough. We've talked longer than I thought we were going to talk about this, but um we are going to get out of here because it's late and we're all kind of tired. So we're going to go, but we appreciate you sticking around with us and watching our. If you stuck around this whole time to check out all this Dance with the Stars knowledge and footage, you might as well hit the subscribe button. You should go ahead and do that right now. Go ahead. We'll wait. We waited all this time. We can wait a couple of more seconds. Go ahead. I see you. You hovering over it. Push it. Push it right now. Thank you. Thank you. Another one. Thank you. Another one. Thank you. But we appreciate you sticking around and hit the subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single video. Follow all of our other channels on in our Cup Network. Follow all those things will be in the description below. Get our audio podcast links if you need to check us out on the go, as well as our Patreon to get early access and exclusive content across all 4 channels. Follow us on all of our socials at the Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. You can follow the 3 of us. All of our Twitters are down there as well. And I think we've all made the move over to Blue Sky, so that's where I'm gonna be going soon. But it's still the same, Lady J78. So if you want to follow me on Blue Sky, it's over there too. We're pretty much the same over where we are. So follow us over there as well if you wanna. And of course, get your cup merch, please, at lanagcreations.etsy.com. That link is in the description below. And that's it. We're gonna get out of here. So cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.